let's start with Blue and Lady.
Can we move?
There you go.
I want Lady.
I'm gonna get Lady. You get Blue.
I want to get Lady.
All right, let's go. We're gonna brush all the horses, but I think the child needs a brushing too. You're dragging a halter. I think Blue is sleeping. Say hi, Blue. Oh, you're making my camera jiggle. Should we go catch her?
Yeah.
It's obviously too cold to do baths, so we're just gonna give everybody a good brushing. There you go. Take her to the round pen. I'll get Lady. Focus. There you go. Theo wants to know why it's not his turn. They'll all get a chance here in just a little bit. She's such a good pony. Come on, Emma. Let's go in the round pen. Say, don't look at her. Don't look at her. Just turn around and run. Lazy pony. I decided to start with Theo because he needs to eat, so hopefully I can get him done and he can finish eating while I do everybody else. We're still working on this bowing thing, and we're still working on getting him to pick up a foot at a tap. He's getting better, but I want him to be really comfortable with it before I move on to the next step. Good boy. Up. Good boy. Even he's kind of got a goobery eye. Allergies are getting to everybody this time of year. I'm going to start off with a rubber curry, and this is just loosening up all of the loose hair and dirt. They're not super muddy, and I'm not going to worry about their ankles and lower because they're just going to go back out to the hay ring and get them dirty again. So we're just kind of getting the loose hair off the majority of the body and some of the dirt off of the legs. Horses are almost always shedding a little bit here and there, but there's two major times that they really have big sheds. And the first one is going from winter to summer when they're losing their winter coat and their summer coat's coming in. Now going from summer to winter, they're growing in really long hair and their summer coat's coming off. It's not as noticeable just because the summer hair is shorter and the longer winter hair kind of covers it up. It's not as dramatic as when the long hair comes off and the short hair comes in. If you notice, he is dropping grain. I've had a few thoroughbreds over the years, and as a breed, they just seem like they don't know how to eat with their mouth closed. His teeth are fine. I've had him checked recently, and they were done before I got him. So there's no reason for him to drop grain. He would also appreciate it if I would leave him alone and let him eat in peace. Picking his feet is what I'm most nervous about. We've been working on it. He's still got a long way before he's ready for anybody to pick him up. He's really good with his fronts, and I'm comfortable with his fronts. But moving on to his backs, he's still pretty kicky. I'm just going to let this run through uncut. You can see he's already getting antsy, and I'm trying to hold him, and I'm letting him push against me. I want him to realize he can't move me, but I failed and he did move me. So I'm just going to switch to the other foot for now. He's going to kick, and I'm going to hold as good as I can, and he settles. I'm going to hold it just a little while longer and let it go. That's his reward. Now we're going to go back, and I'm going to pick it up again, and I'm going to work at it until I can get this hoof picked. This is not how I normally hold a foot. I'm still really uncomfortable holding his feet because he does jerk, and I don't want that foot to come around and kick me in the back of the leg. So this is kind of awkward, but we are getting it done, and I did get his hooves picked.
Ho. 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 Ho.
This time he does get away from me, and I go right back to it and try to get a hold of it, because if I let him sit, he gets a reward for kicking it. So I pick it up and I give it back to him, but I don't let him sit and think about kicking and getting it away from me. Now we're going to go back to this side, and there is a cat yowling. It's kind of annoying, but we're just going to go with it. This time he is a little bit better on this side. Still not great, but at least he didn't walk into me and try and push me over. He's still kind of kicking, but he's not kicking as hard as he was on the other side. We're getting somewhere. Now I'm going to take MTG Mane Tail Groom, and it's a really good detangler. It's also a growth stimulant, and he's rubbed off some of his mane, so hopefully that'll help him grow some of it back a little bit quicker. And here comes the obnoxious goat. Now I'm going to tie her up. Hopefully she doesn't bother the camera too much. When I first bought him last year, the calves in the lot chewed his tail off, and I've probably grown 8 inches of it back now, and it's still growing. So I'm going to keep using the MTG. I try to use it weekly. Doesn't always happen, but we try to. The biggest reason I wanted to get this full groom done on all of these horses is the cockleburs have seeded, and I don't want their tails and manes to become packed with cockleburs. He actually doesn't have any in his tail, and he doesn't have any in his mane. The only cockleburs were in his forelock. Now I'm going to take a bristle brush and just run over his body and knock off all the hair and the dirt that I've worked up and let him finish eating and turning back out. He's eating. I've got 4 more to do, so we're going to bring these guys out in pairs. I'm going to do the same process, rubber curry, manes and tails, hooves, and then dust them off with a brush. Lady had cockleburs everywhere, in her tail, in her mane, in her forelock. Blue just had them in her tail, and she doesn't have much of a mane left. But Bluebell's part Appy, and they are known for having thin manes and tails. Betty, on the other hand, is also half Appaloosa, and she has a really thick mane and tail, but is really fine, so it doesn't actually hold a lot of burrs or tangles, and it's pretty low maintenance for as thick as it is. Kutta, the paint, she also has a really thin tail, so I'm hoping the MTG will help improve that. Trying to take these guys back, I'm leading 2 horses. She's riding one. This one does not like to be picked on, and this one likes to pick on horses. Yeah, she's so pretty though. Everybody is brushed and decocklebird, and everybody got their hooves picked up. That was it for today. Be sure you like, share, and subscribe, and come back for more videos.